I'm Anil Kumar. Welcome to my series on limits and continuity. Well, most questions which I'm getting are from students taking MCV4U in Toronto. And all these questions are coming from a particular book and a chapter. So I have named this playlist as 1.6 Limits and Continuity. Feel free to go through relevant questions from your own textbook. The question here is, consider the function f of x equals to minus x when x is between minus 3 and minus 2, both included. Parabola ax squared plus b when x is between minus 2 and 0, not included. And when x is greater than 0, so 0 should be included somewhere. So let me include it at this point. So when x is greater than equal to 0, then it is 6. You need to find constants a and b for the function f of x to be continuous, then sketch the graph of the function. Now what you realize here is that this is a straight line with negative slope, so the graph of this curve is kind of like this. Now we have a parabola. Depending on the value of a, if it is negative, it is going to be upside down. So let me just assume it to be upside down. And then we have a constant function whose graph will be a straight line. Now all the three functions are continuous in their given domains, right? But we need to figure out whether the points where they are trying to meet, so these points, which is minus 2 and 0, do they overlap? If they do, then the function is continuous. Correct? That's what it is. Now from this question, we also should write that should be continuous when x is greater than equal to minus 3, right? So that is kind of important to understand, since the first part is only relevant for x greater than minus 3. So what we are trying to do here is analyze 2 points. One is at x equals to minus 2 when the straight line meets the parabola, and the other one will be at x equals to 0, right? So let's first begin with the point x equals to minus 2. The line and the parabola should be joined. So we'll substitute minus 2 in our equation, which is minus x equals to ax squared plus b. Substituting minus 2 here, we get minus of minus 2 equals to a times minus 2 squared plus b, or 2 equals to 4a plus b. Now that is one equation. Let's call this as our equation number 1. From the second condition, which is at x equals to 0, we'll get the second equation. Solving these two, we can find value of a and b, right? So the second equation is ax squared plus b. That should be equal to 6. Substituting 0, we get a times 0 squared plus b equals to 6, or b is equal to 6. So we finally get the value of b, which is 2. And if we substitute the value of b from 2 in 1, we get the value of a also, right? So let's do it. So we get 2 equals to 4 times a plus 6. Taking 6 on the left side, 2 minus 6 equals to 4a, and that is minus 4 equals to 4a, or a equals to minus 4 over 4, which is minus 1. So we get both the answers, a and b. So our answer here is that a equals to minus 1 and b equals to 6 for the function to be continuous. Now let's look into part b, which is then sketch the graph of the function. So let's sketch the graph in this area. So it should start from minus 3. So we have 0 here. Let's say this is minus 3 for us, right? And then we have a point which is 6 onwards. Okay. So let's say somewhere here we will have, we'll try to see, we'll scale it as we move along, right? Now the first part here is that when the function is at this point, which is between minus 2 and minus 3, it is minus x. So that means if the value is minus 3, it becomes plus 3, right? So let's say we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So at this point, it is plus 3. And when it is minus 2, it is going to be negative of that. So it's going to be minus 2. So the graph will be like this, right? So it should have been bigger, but I think it was. These 2 points are filled in circles since they are included, right? So that is one leg. The other part is the parabola. Now we know ax squared plus b, the value of a is known to us. So we could actually write the function as the parabola part, so let me write here. When x is between minus 2 and 0, at that time f of x is equal to, the value of a is minus 1, so minus x squared, b is 6 plus 6. Okay? So if I substitute minus 2 here, it has to meet here, and at 6, at 0 it is 6, right? So it is a parabola which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, kind of like this. So that is the middle part. And then we have the constant function 6, the third part. So it is constant and it goes like this. Do you see that? So that becomes the graph of the function. Is that clear to you, right? So that is how you could do it, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This point is 6, right? Okay. That makes sense. That is how you could actually sketch the graph of the given function. I hope it makes sense. Feel free to write comments and share your views. If you like and subscribe to my videos, that'd be great. Thanks for watching and all the best.